Dan, you weren't afraid at all last night?
No, I'm not scared of anything. What I've been through, this weather is nothing, and I put my faith in God.
Lieutenant Dan's story has taken social media by storm, literally riding out the massive storm Hurricane Milton in his sailboat. On Thursday morning, once the rain and winds had passed, he spoke with CBS about what it was like overnight.
It was pretty mellow. The wind picked up for a little bit. It bounced me around. At one point last night, I was getting bashed up against this wall. So I went out and I cut my anchor line to get away from it. So I have a $250 anchor sitting down there that I got to go in and get.
Dan, you weren't afraid at all last night?
No, I'm not scared of anything. What I've been through, this weather is nothing. And I put my faith in God. God told me to come here. God told me 5 years ago, I was in Colorado. He put on my heart, Tampa, Florida, and get a boat. I woke up one morning with that on my heart, and that's all I could think about. And I left Colorado, I went to North Carolina, left North Carolina, came to Florida. I've been in Florida for 5 years, stuck on the East Coast, never came over. In March, I came over, I found this boat for $1,200. I bought it, I come to Tampa, and guess what? Tampa floods. Not today, not yesterday, but during the last one, Helena. Helena was way worse than what this one was.
The 54-year-old's real name is Joseph Malinowski. He is missing his lower left leg. His nickname, Lieutenant Dan, refers to a similarly disabled Forrest Gump movie character. He tells NBC News his leg was amputated after he was hit by a car at 16. Malinowski went viral on TikTok after people learned he was planning on weathering the hurricane from his small boat.
Are you okay? Everybody's worried about you.
Who's worried about it?
It's all over TikTok.
Everybody, across the country.
I'm gonna go live in a minute.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be fine.
I don't think people realize you're so close to down. I mean, you could just get off if something bad happened. You know what I mean?
I'm not going anywhere because the safest place to be is on a boat in a flood. Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned. Noah and the animals lived.
Reporter Brian Enton with News Nation shared this video of Lieutenant Dan the morning before the storm.
If the tide goes up, I go up. As long as the water stays out of the boat, I'll be fine. And the wind is, it's not a tornado. It's not going to get lifted up and thrown into Kansas. Okay, it's not like that. I'm not suicidal, but I'm putting it in God's hands and taking it out of mine and man's.
All right.
So I'm sitting tight.
The journalist then shared an update after the worst of the weather had passed. Lieutenant Dan seemingly doing fine.
Lieutenant Dan! Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure? I think you made it through the worst of it. Yeah. The water's all receded here. Okay, well, we're gonna stay up here, so. All right. Okay.
After the experience, he says he'd do it again if he had to.
I mean, they were calling for a Cat 5. I didn't know what to expect. But what happened last night was nothing compared to Helena.
So you think if another storm rolls through Tampa, you're going to remain on your boat?
Yeah, I'd remain on the boat no matter what.